Okay, so at this point, he has taken me to buy the KY gel, and he's suggesting that I do this in the back of his car. But I certainly wasn't going to volunteer his car for anything. But he did, so that's the plan. He was like, just tell me when, because I keep it locked. So I think originally he didn't plan on being there for it, but later he said he'll stand guard and be whatever moral support I need. This dude, like, what a master plan. I'm going to try to do this in order. Okay, so this is like me writing separately. Later that night. I'm going to try to do this in order. So yeah, he said he'd be whatever moral support I need, which is nonsense because he was like, through the entire time I knew him, the sole reason I would need moral support in the first place. He was terrible to me. He was wearing his Australia shirt from the day we first really talked, and his navy blue sweatshirt later on. I was wearing Laura Mostek's pink halter top. It was such a good halter top. I wish it had been mine. I wonder if she still has it. Probably not. It would be like 15 years old. I debated putting my hair in a ponytail, because remember, he thinks I look pretty with a ponytail, but that would be really obvious. Anyway, we were walking back, and Captain Obvious says, "You're showing a lot of cleavage today, huh?" And he brings up the gel again, and I told him he's going to have to keep me accountable and nag me to use it. He says, "You're going to use it today." And we decide that he'll call me when he's done writing his paper. He called me sometime between 8:30 and 9. He's so sketchy. He's like, "This is the call you asked for." He was really dramatic about all of this. So I went back to Whitmer and got the gel and my Ariel blanket, like Princess Ariel, like with a mermaid on it, for my first sexual encounter. I wanted my little mermaid comforter. And I go to his room. He's so cute. He says, "You look distraught," and I nod, and he says, "You're going to cry, aren't you?" And I nod as I tear up a little bit. I really didn't want to do this, but it felt like I had to. He asks me if I need anything from his room, and I'm like, what on earth? And totally puzzled, wondering, A, why is he being so accommodating? Because he's a predator. B, what could he possibly have in his room that I'd need? I'm thinking, like, stuff to shove inside me. What, Lisa? He later explained that he meant, like, water or a towel. That's very nice of him, actually. He takes a book with him to pass the time. I assure you he didn't read his book at all. So we start walking toward where his car is parked, and he asks where I want to go to do this. When we were in Chris's car last night, he pointed out to us a really great spot to watch the sunset. It really is good for it. I say jokingly that it's a shame it's dark already, because we could go there and he could enjoy the sunset while I suffer. We ended up going there. Yeah, church parking lot. So we get there and he parks and asks how I want to do this. I said the back seat, obviously. He says he can put the seats down so that I have the space of the trunk too. He was extremely cooperated and really wanted to help. He took my Ariel blanket and laid it out and tucked it in and everything. And so I grabbed my lube and moved to the back and stared at it for a while. We talk, he says, when I'm moving to the back, he says, "You changed your bra," because he'd noticed the one I wore to Rite Aid had been white, and the black one was poking through now. Maddie was ogling me. I explained that the other bra was I don't know what any of that says. I'd been wearing a strapless bra earlier, and I wasn't anymore, because I had a cardigan on. I don't know. So I grabbed my lube. I grabbed my lube. I moved to the back and stared at it for a while. New video.